Okay, cool. So let's all find our way to child's pose. Reaching your arms forward and spreading your fingers wide. Michelle, I'm going to just mute you so there's like
Yeah.
no feedback. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And just feeling the rise and the fall of your breath in through the nose, maybe out through the mouth. And you can open your arms a little wider. You can bend your elbows. You can even open your knees a little bit wider, whatever you need to just settle in and get comfortable. And then just start to notice the quality of your breath. Maybe energetically, where you're storing some tension, any kind of stress. And without bringing any judgment into the practice, just observe it. Maybe even observe your thoughts, the quality of your thoughts. And then take a deep, full inhale through the nostrils. And open the mouth and breathe out. Good. And let's do it again. Deep, full breath in. And open the mouth and breathe out. And one more time. Deep, full breath in. Open the mouth wide and breathe out. And then maybe close the mouth, continue with that ujjayi breath, or maybe just breathe in a comfortable way in through the nose, out through the nose, or out through the mouth, whatever works best for you. And on your next inhale, just come onto all fours, hands and knees. And take a moment to move organically however you want. So you can move your hips a little side to side. You can move more linear, that cat and cow, arching the spine and rounding the spine. You can move your hips all around. So this is just about what feels best in your body. It doesn't always have to feel good, right? Like, you know, if you're taking a harder class, it doesn't always have to feel easy, right? But it has to feel right for you. A few more rounds. Last week we tried music and then realized that Facebook cut it off because it was like some rights or something. And then come back to neutral on all fours. And then reach your right leg all the way back behind you. Good. And then just peel open that right arm to the sky. So moving into gate. You can actually bring your right foot to the floor. Good. And then you can even reach that right arm up and over the ear. Good. And if you want, you can spin that left rib cage up a little bit more. Good. And again, everything is just little adjustments to feel it more or feel it less. Nice. Exhale, come back through center. We're going to switch right to the other side. Left leg up and back. And then just peel open the hip. Left arm opens up. You can swing that left arm up and over the ear. Nice. Pressing through the outer edge of that left foot. And then slowly come back to all fours. Right leg up and back. And then just moving onto your side for that gate. Same thing. This time, if you want to lift your right leg, you can. Good. The higher you lift it, the more you'll feel that in your abductors, your outer hips, your outer leg. And then if you want, you can bend that top knee. You can grab hold of the foot. So you're getting a nice stretch in the front of your thigh, your psoas. Kick the foot into the hand into the foot. Good. And then slowly release and go right to the other side. Left leg up and back. Spin open. Left arm up. And again, same thing. You can find any variation. You could lift the leg. You can bend the knee. You can grab hold. And then slowly release. Come back to all fours. And then find your way back to child's pose, walking the arms forward, spreading those fingers wide. It's so pretty outside. On your inhale, come forward onto all fours. And then just come to lie all the way down. Good. Keeping the hands kind of under the shoulders, spread the fingers wide, pressing through those finger pads. Just gently lift the chest and the shoulders up for a gentle baby cobra. And hold it there. Feel those shoulders drawing back. Good. Pubic bone pressing down. Exhale to lower it all the way down. And then push yourself all the way up and back. Find your way to downward facing dog. So it's your first downward facing dog. You can bend the knees. You can sway the hips. Spreading those fingers nice and wide. Deep breath in and full breath out. Good. And then go ahead and walk your feet to your hands and find a forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. You could bring your hands to your shins, or you could keep the hands to the floor. Exhale, fold over the legs. This time, separate the feet about inner hip width, so give some space between the feet. Inner hip width means about like 2 fist distance between your feet. And you can hold opposite elbows and let your whole torso relax. Or if you're like Lauren, she's a little more limber, so you can just lower the arms down to the ground, or you can grab hold of your big toes. Right, just depends what's happening in the body today. Yesterday will always feel different than the day after, the day before, right? All right, and then lower the arms all the way down, and then slowly uncurl the spine up, one vertebra at a time, nice and slow. Good, bring your hands together at your heart. Inhale, sweep the arms around and up, and grab hold of the right wrist and lean up and over to the left. Good, so exaggerate the stretch, really press the hips over to the right. Inhale, come back up through center and grab the left and lean up and over to the right. Inhale, come back up through center. Good. Exhale, fold over the legs. Nice. One more time in this ragdoll. Again, you can separate the feet. You can move a little deeper if it feels good for you. You can grab hold of the big toes. Okay, you can slide your hands under your feet. You can hold opposite elbows. Just find that posture that feels the best in your body. And then slowly lower the arms all the way down and uncurl the spine up to stand. Good. Inhale, arms reach around and up. Grab hold of the right wrist and lean to the left. Come back through center, grab the left and lean to the right. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, fold over the legs. Lengthen the spine, inhale. And then exhale, find your way to plank pose, right? So if you're feeling energetic, you could always jump back into your chaturanga, or you can step back gently into your plank and find your chaturanga. Maybe you drop your knees first to modify. So vinyasas are, can be modified so many different ways to be more gentle or to be more energetic. Inhale, look between the hands. Exhale, either step your feet to your hands or jump. Lengthen the spine. Inhale, fold forward, exhale. Sweep the arms around and up, inhale. Hands together, heart center. Exhale. Good. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Lengthen the spine. Inhale. Exhale, step or float it back. Upward facing. Inhale, maybe cobra. Downward facing dog. Exhale, hips high, heels heavy. So we're going to go through one modified vinyasa for any of you who might be new or just kind of keeping an eye out. I'm going to let Michelle demo this. So Michelle, come forward to plank. Nice. And then just shift forward about an inch or two. So Michelle, you're like now cut off. It's okay. Drop your knees. And then, there you go. Drop your knees and just lower all the way down to your belly. So keeping those upper arms hugging in. Inhale, lift the chest and the shoulders. Exhale, lower it down. Keep the knees down as you push yourself up and back. And once you're on all fours, then curl your toes and press up and back, downward facing dog. Oh, I think Lauren did it too. Perfect. So that's your modified if you need that, okay? Inhale, look between the hands. Exhale, step or hop the feet forward. Lengthen the spine. Inhale, fold forward. Exhale. Sweep the arms around and up. Inhale. Hands together, heart center. Exhale. Good. We're going to do one more together. Inhale, arms reach up. Fold forward. Exhale. Lengthen the spine. Inhale. Step or float it back. Upward facing. Inhale. Good. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Nice. Now this time, separate the feet wide, like as wide as your mat. Good. And then walk your hands all the way back to your feet, finding malasana. Good. So that low yogi squat. So you can use your arms to press the knees apart. So feeling that nice inner leg stretch. And then lifting up through the chest. Feel the shoulders hugging back. Nice. Now lower the right arm to the inside of the right leg. Left arm up to the sky. Now, for some of you, you might be very limber where you actually need more stretch. And I know Lauren is one of those people. So she's going to do the bind. Go for it, Lauren. So your right arm reaching under, right, and around the leg, and your left arm grabs hold of the hand. So that's called binding. I know it sounds kinky, but it's not. All right, slowly release. Come back through center, left arm inside the left leg, right arm up. I just said binding sounds kinky, but it's not. You know, you forget that somebody's actually watching. Yeah. When we do these things, we always forget. And then if you want to go for the bind, you can go for the bind. Nice. So your right arm reaching back, left arm grabs. Nice. And then draw those shoulders back. It's nice for the upper back. And then slowly release, come back through center. Good. And then walk your hands all the way forward to plank pose. Good. And then slowly lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, lift the chest and the shoulders for cobra. Good. Lower it all the way down. Curl the toes under, press up and back, downward facing dog. Good. Lift the right leg high to the sky. You could bend your knee. You can open up that hip. I like to make circles on the sky with my knee and do all sorts of weird movements that just feel good. So feel free to do any of that. And then step the right foot between the hands. So here's what I'm going to offer you. We're outside, so I'm going to let Lauren choose. Sometimes it's nice to be in a low lunge to start, so you could drop your left knee down, but it's a little hard on her knees, so I'm not sure. That feels okay? Okay. And then arms reach up for low lunge. The other option would be you can actually pick up your back knee. Michelle, just you do it. Just pick up your back knee so they just see what a high lunge looks like. Good. So you can do either. Cool. I find if I want more energetic, I do a high lunge. If I want more stretch, I do a low lunge. But it sometimes hurts my knee. Good. Lower the hands down to frame that front foot. Right arm opens up to the sky. And then just spin that chest open. Good. Lower the right hand down to the floor. Good. And then just step it back, downward facing dog. And then follow through. Left leg lifts high to the sky. Bend the knee, open up that hip. Any movements that feel good. And then step that foot forward. Drop the back knee down. Good. Find your way to that low lunge. Arms reach up. Keep the belly pulling in, the rib cage drawing in. Exhale, lower the hands all the way down. Right hand down, left arm up. And then lower that left hand down. Step forward with your back foot. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Fold forward, exhale. Sweep the arms around and up. Inhale. Hands together, heart center, exhale. Good. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, step or float it back. Always choose Vinyasa if you want more energetic. If you want it a little toned down, you can always skip the Vinyasa and just step it back, okay? Lots of options. Right leg lifts on the inhale. Again, you can bend the knee, you can open up the hip, and step that right foot between the hands. Good. This time, high lunge. Arms reach up. Now, if high lunge is too intense, just lower your back knee. Not a problem. Now, bring your hands together at your heart center and see if you can anchor that left elbow outside the right knee. All right, we're going to move into a side lunge. It's sort of like Skandasana, but not. So inhale, come back up through center. Good. Pivot that left heel down. Pivot your right foot in. There you go. Lower the right hand to the floor. Left arm opens up to the sky. So in the center more, Lauren. So you're here. So you're actually, that's it. I love that for the inside of that straight leg. Does that feel good? It's like my new favorite pose. So turn your left foot so that it's forward. So you're more like paralleling the feet, and bend that left knee. There you go. If it's too wide of a stance, you could step your left foot in a little. There you go. Now bend that left knee. That's it. And then inhale, straighten the legs and just fold between the legs. So you can, right. So Lauren's limber, so she has no problem bringing her hands to the floor or her head to the floor, but most people won't have that flexibility. So you could also ragdoll the arms. Maybe Michelle will demonstrate that, where I think she is. I'm not sure. I can't really see much of anything, but you can hold on to opposite elbows, right? And then just let your torso relax between the legs. And then start to walk your hands back to frame the right foot and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. Exhale, lower into your chaturanga or all the way to your belly for that modified vinyasa. Upward facing or cobra. Downward facing dog, hips high, heels heavy. Left leg lifts on the inhale. You can bend the knee, you can open up that hip and step the left foot between the hands. Beautiful. Rise up to that high lunge, maybe low lunge. Pressing up through that right thigh. Just feel the difference if you stay here or if you feel that front left inner thigh moving out and away, right? Notice how it changes the sensations. Good. Bring your hands together, heart center. Right elbow outside your left knee. So Lauren, I would step your left foot in a little or step your back foot in a little. There you go. Good. That's good. And then press up through that right thigh. So we're going to move into that side lunge variation. Inhale, come back up through center. And now pivot the feet. You got to bend into that right knee, straighten the left leg. Lower the left hand down, right arm up to the sky. And then just pivot that right foot in just a little so it's more paralleling the feet. Is that a word? Paralleling the feet? Parallel the feet. Paralleling. Is that a word, Lauren? Paralleling? It's a word today. And then lower that right hand down. This time straighten out the legs. Good. Just fix the feet so that they're more in line with each other, just in case they're not. And then fold between the legs. And again, you can ragdoll the torso. You can let the arms hang. Anything that feels good for you. Deep breath in and full breath out. And then slowly start to walk your hands back towards that left foot, framing it, and step back to downward facing dog. Your choice. You can move through a vinyasa. That's more energetic. Lauren always takes the extra vinyasas. Inhale, look between the hands. Exhale, step or hop the feet forward. Lengthen the spine, inhale, and fold forward, exhale. Good. Sweep the arms around and up, inhale. Hands together, heart center, exhale. Good. Bend the knees and find chair pose. Inhale, arms reach up. Good. On your exhale, fold over the legs. And then one more time. Bend the knees, arms reach forward and up. Finding chair. This time, lift your right knee, so your right foot comes off the floor, and then wrap that right leg around your left leg for eagle legs. But you can just go ahead and cactus the arms. There you go. Nice. Maybe hug those thighs a little bit more. Now we're gonna have a little fun. You're gonna open your arms out to the side and airplane the legs. So right leg kicks all the way up and back. We can all imagine that we're flying somewhere good. Drop that right hip slightly, although it's pretty perfect right here. Maybe drop the right hip a little bit more. The more you drop that right hip, the more sensation you're gonna feel. Sorry, Lauren. Now reach your arms forward, right alongside the ears. It's not like anyone's watching, don't worry. And then step your right foot all the way back, open up to warrior two. Good. So I would shorten your stance just a little. There you go. Good. Bending as deep as you can into that front hip. Nice. So you can always gaze over your left hand. That's called your drishti, like your focus. Or you can keep your head neutral. So I always say whatever feels best for your balance, for your focus, for your neck, do. One more inhale. Maybe sink a little deeper on the exhale. And then find peaceful warrior. Right hand on the right thigh. Left arm up and back, but keep that crease in the front hip. Exhale, lower the hands all the way down. Step forward with that back foot. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Fold forward, exhale. Bend the knees and find chair pose. Inhale. Left knee lifts. Send that left leg around the right leg. Good. And notice how Lauren gets her left foot to hook around that right leg. So that's kind of the direction you're looking for, but don't worry if that doesn't happen. Most people actually can't hook it all the way around. It's like getting your heels down in down dog. It's not it's not mandatory to be a yogi. Just the direction that you're moving to feel more sensation. One more breath. I know you're here. And then airplane those arms out to the side, left leg up and back. You got it, Lauren. So again, dropping the left hip is a big adjustment, but you're going to feel it way more in that standing leg. So that's why our hip wants to lift, because you'll lose that sensation. So that's why people's hips tend to elevate in this pose, because it feels better. But you want to try to level off those hips. So Lauren, drop your left hip like 4 inches. 2 more inches. Do you feel the difference? Yeah. Reach the arms all the way forward. And then step the left foot all the way back, open up warrior two. Good. So your right arm is forward, left arm is back. Nice. Relax those shoulders. Find your drishti. How's your drishti, Michelle? I like that. I like that you can't talk back to me. You're on mute. Facebook is going to mute you out. No foul gestures. Inhale to peaceful. Left hand, left thigh. Right arm up and back. Oh, it's 5:04. Exhale, lower the hands all the way down. Step it back, plank pose. And move through your flow. Deep breath in. And full breath out. Nice. Look between the hands. Step or jump the feet forward. Lengthen the spine. Inhale, fold forward. Exhale, bend the knees and find chair pose. So Michelle, I'm going to have her do one more round and then you can take over, okay? All right. Pull the right knee in, cross that right leg over the left. This way it gives you time to plan. A little bit faster. Right leg up and back. Open the arms like wings. Airplane. Step the right foot all the way back. Open up warrior two, left side. Inhale to peaceful. Right hand, right thigh. Left arm up and back. Good. And then lower the hands all the way down. Step back through plank. So what feels better for you? You can move through a flow or you can keep it simple and just skip the vinyasa. Good. Look between the hands, step or jump the feet forward. Lengthen the spine, inhale, fold forward, exhale. Bend the knees, Utkatasana, chair pose, arms reach up. Left knee pulls up and in, cross that left leg over the right leg. Open those arms like wings, warrior three or airplane. Step the left foot all the way back, open up warrior two. Inhale to peaceful, up and back. Exhale, lower the hands down. Step it through. You know what to do. And meet in child's pose when you're done with that vinyasa. Oh, do you need me to unmute you? I guess that would be nice, right? I'm going to unmute you, Michelle.
Okay.
I'm going to mute me.
Sounds fun. All right. So just take another full deep breath in and a full deep breath out in your child's pose. And then on your next exhale, tuck the toes and push the hips up and back for a downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, forward plank pose. And exhale, back, downward facing dog. Again, inhale, forward plank pose. And exhale, hips up and back. One more time, inhale, forward plank pose, hold here. So think of pushing the space between your shoulder blades up toward the sky. The hamstrings are pulling up toward the sky as well as you gently push out through the heels, yet you're rolling the weight forward. So the body is going in a few directions at once. That's why it works so many things. Take another full deep breath here. As you exhale, slowly lower all the way down to your belly. Bringing the arms alongside the body so the fingers face your toes. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Push your pubic bone into the mat. And then inhale, lift chest, arms, and legs. Shalabhasana. So think of the neck being neutral here as you gaze forward as opposed to up. And then think of lifting your thighs as much as you're lifting your chest. Take one more breath. Maybe as you inhale, you lift a little higher. And as you exhale, release all the way down, one cheek to the mat. Chin or forehead to the mat, push your pubic bone down, roll the shoulders away from the ears, and again, inhale, lift, chest, arms, legs. Nice and neutral through the neck, lifting the thighs a little bit higher. And as you exhale, lower all the way down, opposite cheek to the mat. So one more time with a variation. Chin or forehead to the mat, push your pubic bone down. This time, leave all 10 toenails flat on the ground. Interlace your hands behind your back. If you can get your wrists to touch, allow them to. Pull your knuckles toward your heels, and then inhale, lift just your chest. Once you have the chest lifted, now think of lifting your thumbs away from your spine. Keep the feet flat. Neck is neutral. Keep lifting those thumbs a little higher. Lift the chest a little higher as you inhale. And as you exhale, release all the way down. Child's pose. Just for the inhale, and as you exhale, tuck the toes and push the hips up and back. Two more full deep breaths here. As you're in down dog, bend your knees a little bit and pull your belly in toward your thighs so that the upper back starts to sink a little bit and the belly starts to pull a little closer to your thighs. As you inhale, look forward, step or hop to the front. Inhale, lengthen, heart forward. Exhale, fold, release, and let it go. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep it up for Utkatasana. Lift the arms a little higher. Think of getting the biceps next to or behind the ears. Take a peek down at your knees. Try to get the knees behind your toes as you sit your butt back. And as you exhale, forward fold, interlace your hands behind your back. Lift your thumbs away from your spine. Pause here. Maybe roll one shoulder, roll the other, kind of wiggle it out a little bit in the upper back. Let the head go heavy, maybe sway out the head or sway through the hips. You could put a slight bend in the knees here if that helps. And then gently release the hands down to the ground. Inhale, lengthen, peel the heart forward. Exhale and fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep it up, Utkatasana. Let's do this again. Sit the hips back. Raise the arms high, biceps next to or behind the ears. Take another breath, and as you exhale, forward fold, interlace your hands behind your back. Lifting the thumbs away from your spine, head is heavy again. Maybe roll through the shoulders, maybe shimmy it out a little bit. Maybe even bending the knees slightly. Take another breath. Gently release the hands down to the ground. Inhale, lengthen, heart forward, and exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep it up, Utkatasana. Raise the arms even higher. Maybe sit a little lower and then sit your hips back. As you exhale, forward fold, interlace your hands behind your back. Pause here, head heavy. Any small movement that might help you get a little bit deeper into the pose. Think of breathing into the space between the shoulder blades. And then gently release the hands to the ground. Inhale, lengthen, heart forward. Exhale, step or float, chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale, heart peels forward. And exhale, hips up and back. Inhale, forward plank pose. And exhale, hips up and back. Again, inhale, forward plank pose. Roll the body out long. And exhale, hips up and back. One last time, inhale, forward plank pose. This time, slowly lower all the way down to your belly. Fingers in line with the chest. Come onto the fingertips, so tense the hands, okay? Walk the fingers forward 2 times, and then bring the hands to the edges of the mat, so off the mat onto the floor. Elbows will splay to the sides of your room, and then inhale, lift your chest for Bhujangasana. Hold here. So think of the shoulders down away from the ears, gently pushing through the hands to help lift. Neutral through the neck. Take one more full deep breath, and as you exhale, think of layering yourself down rib by rib. Once you're down, child's pose. As you exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Last downward facing dog of the practice. If you'd like to inhale forward through a plank and lower through chaturanga, one last vinyasa, it's yours. If not, hold your down dog for a few breaths. Good. As you inhale, look forward. Step or hop forward to sit, and you're going to come lay down on your back. Soles of the feet to the mat. Let's take a bridge to start. So bringing your feet close to one another but not touching, and then your heels close to your butt but not touching. Palms face the earth. Inhale, lift your hips up toward the sky. Supta Baddha Sarvangasana. So think of rolling one shoulder underneath and maybe the other. If you want, you can clasp your hands underneath you and gently pushing the heel of your hand against the ground to help lift the chest a little bit more. Nice, guys. Breathe. Always think of lifting your chest toward your chin, not your chin dropping toward your chest, right? There's always this natural curve of the neck that we want to maintain. Take another breath. If the hands are underneath you, gently release them out. Come onto your tippy toes and slowly roll down onto your back. We'll take 2 more rounds of back bends. So we're going to add variations. Okay, you can take them or not. Inhale and lift. So if your bridge feels awesome and you're comfortable here, maybe heel toe the feet a little closer to one another and then lift your right leg up toward the sky. Kicking your heel toward the ceiling or toward the sky, depending if you're outside or not. Take one more breath, lift a little higher. Gently release the right foot down and then lift your left foot. If you feel like you're kind of lopsided, then you can always heel toe whatever foot is on the floor toward the center, right? More toward your midline. Kick out through that heel, take one more breath, lift a little higher. Gently release the foot to the ground and slowly begin to release all the way down. So last round is either repeating what we just did with the legs lifted or not, or taking a full wheel, right? So full wheel is flipping your arms or your hands rather alongside your ears, and you're lifting your entire body off the ground except for your feet and your hands. Lauren will show you. When you're ready, you inhale and lift. So you always want to think of pushing your heart to whatever wall or whatever is behind you that you're actually seeing. If you're just in your bridge pose, just keep the hips lifted, soft through the neck. Take 2 more breaths wherever you are. If you're in a full wheel, to come out, you'll tuck your chin and very slowly bend the elbows and the knees as you start to lower your back to the ground. Once you guys are down, take a happy baby. So it's like squatting on the ceiling. You'll grab the outer edges of your feet and gently rock from side to side. It's a nice little massage for the low back. Couple breaths here. Actively pull down on the outer edges of your feet so that it still is a nice hip opener and not just like a fun way to release the low back out. Good, and then bring the soles of your feet to the mat. Cross your right ankle over your left knee, making a figure 4. You can stay here or you can hug the legs in towards your body. Keeping the low back relaxed, keeping your upper body relaxed, right? So the shoulder blades are against the floor. Last breath here. And then really slowly releasing the legs down. And then taking it to the other side, crossing your left ankle over the right knee. And again, you can stay there or you can hug the legs in. Breathing those slow, steady, deep breaths. Gently release the feet to the ground, and then you'll bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees splay toward the sides of your room, and your hands can rest on your belly or above your head. Softening the inner thighs, the inner groin. Couple breaths here. I'm gonna move into the sun because the shade is cold. Oh, it's so much better. All right, let's go this way. All right. Take one more breath here. And then very slowly, bring your hands to your outer knees or outer thighs. Help your legs to come back through center. Give yourself a really big squeeze. And then bring the soles of your feet to the mat. Bring your right foot on the right side and your left foot on the left so that the legs are wide. And then bring your hands to your rib cage and just windshield wiper the legs back and forth. And the next time they fall to the right, let them stay there. Just breathing into the side body. And the knees will come through center and over toward the other side. Again, those full deep breaths. Breathing into the side body. And then the legs come back through center. Give them one last squeeze. And let one leg fall to the ground and then the other as we come into Shavasana, our final resting pose. So let your legs totally relax. Let your feet splay. Allow your palms to face upward and the eyes to close. Begin to release the toes, feet, and ankles heavy. Relax the legs, hips, your belly and chest. Soften your fingers, hands and wrists.
The ice cream man! Sorry.
That was the relaxing music for Shavasana. She just destroyed the whole thing. Relax the neck and unhinge your jaw. Allow your teeth to part slightly as the tongue falls from the top of the mouth and down to the bottom. as the eyes sink deep into the sockets. And yes, of course, there's children that live across the street from me, so the ice cream man is sitting here and not moving. So enjoy that beautiful music that reminds you of being a carefree kid, right? What's better than that right now? Going back to those simple times. It's actually a really nice reminder. And slowly begin to wiggle through your fingers and toes as you deepen your breath. And hug your knees into your chest. And roll to your right side and pause for a moment. And resisting the urge to open your eyes, find a nice comfortable seat on your mat. Drawing your palms to meet at your heart, representing balance and harmony, and bowing your chin to your throat. Taking this time to thank and honor yourself. As we thank and honor you, I bow to the light and love in you that is the light and love in me. Namaste.